The Bears.
Because of the way they play the nickel corner here, and the nickel corner plays 88-85% of the snaps. He's got to be like part linebacker.
The Bears.
When you're in a scouting room, there's going to be differences of opinion.
The Bears.
Well, you're looking at traits. And remember when he tested very, very well.
The Bears.
Greg, why are teams wrong on quarterback evaluation so often?
Number one, it's a hard position to evaluate.
Former Bears scouting director Greg Gabriel talks football live every week on the Barroom Network. Also available on demand.
Look, I think it's a good time to be a Chicago Bears fan. There's a lot to be excited about. But let me tell you something. We are past the point of excuses. If things go sour, you have used up all of the patience that Chicago has to offer.
The following program is rated TV MALV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Here we go, Barflies. Welcome to the Barfly Tailgate Show. You already know it's done by Barflies, for Barflies, and all the other Bears fans out there. What's going on, fellas? We are missing Tooch this week. He had to work because of that awesome Game 7 that happened last night in the World Series. Blessed with a curse, I guess, when you're in that industry. Myself and Neil and KB going to come through. We'll talk about last week. We'll talk a little college ball like we always do, and we'll try and preview this game today against the Bengals. Chris Watts is still he had to get his computer fixed. He said he's got a couple more weeks. I don't know what he did to that thing, but we'll see him in a couple of weeks, and hopefully we're on better terms than we were after last week's game. But first and foremost, how was your week, fellas? KB, man, how was your week, man, and how you doing, brother?
I mean, shit. I mean, it's a work week, brother. You know, you get up, you're out in the cold, you just moving through life, especially after a rough game. You feel me? A little let down, but stuff happens. You can't win them all. I get it. It is what it is when you're going thing, man. But your boys, man, I'm out here enjoying this cold weather, as you would say. You know what I'm saying? The forecast is cloudy. Hoping for better days, bro. Hoping for better days.
Yeah, we started to get a little bit of a chill in the air this year too, or this week here in Kentucky. Sweater weather or hoodie weather, as I like to call it. My favorite time of year, because I've always got an abundance of hoodies. Although I have noticed I started shaving my head this year because the hairline was receding. Well, now all of a sudden it wants to grow faster than it ever did before, so I get a little stubble. And every time I pull my hoodie off, I got fuzz on the back of my head, just sticking to the stubble. So I gotta figure that one out. But yeah, Neil, how was your week, brother?
Man, it is beautiful right now. It is chilly. I slept with the windows open last night. It's 60 degrees in the house right now. It is hoodie, shorts, and sandals weather, and I love every single thing about it, buddy. Love every single thing about it. I've been shaving my head for damn near 20 years now, man. I started doing that in 2007.
Wow.
First time I ever took a pair of clippers through this whole thing I had going on up here, it was like a liberation. It was awesome. And you know what? You save money going to barbershop. You save money on hair product. You save money on shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah.
One hit of $30 for a set of clippers, and you are set to go for my set of clippers just died on me. Those things lasted about 18 years, man.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it'd be your own though. You know, my son, like I said, that was receding in the front for a while. So even as a small child, my son would say, "Dad, why do you have a capital M on your head?" Talking about my receding hairline. And then
The power rallies, man. We call them power rallies. Is what we call them.
We were in the truck, and he pulled my hat off, you know, and he goes, "Dang, Dad, you starting to lose it on the back too." And I was like, "I ain't doing this. We're not gonna have George Costanza going on. I'm just gonna shave it. I'm not gonna mess with it." I had a great week. You know, like I said, the chills in the air. Had a great Halloween party on Friday. We went to a friend's house, and we all dressed up like the Wild West. So I pulled out the cowboy hat and the boots, and me and the wife stepped out a little bit. Made me ready to go to a country concert this year because I got the fit for it now. Yeah, so I'm hoping to see Tyler. I'd love to see Tyler Childers. He's one of my favorites, but I don't know how often he comes through anymore. Or apparently from the chat, they said I look like Chris Stapleton. So I mean, another Kentucky boy, you know. I'll go see him too. But yeah, this is a great week other than the Bears loss. But I guess we'll just get right into it. You know, the Ravens, as I put it last week, you know, in the show title, I said it was the desperate Ravens team. You know, they were 1-4 going into that game, or 1-5 going into that game, and really had their whole schedule ahead of them. If you look at their upcoming schedule compared to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals, they can really make some hay in their own division if they go on a little streak and they beat us, and then they beat the Dolphins on Thursday. I couldn't remember for a second who they played. So they've won 2 games since then, and they're chugging right along. They got a lot of pieces back on their defense from the bye week that really improved them a lot, but we still had a shot to win that game, but we needed a better play out of Caleb Williams at the quarterback position. There was throws out there that he missed on the field. I felt like we couldn't run the ball successfully either. And then the defense, who all year, you know, they've given up yards, but they came away with those very obvious important takeaways. Once we didn't get any, it was smooth sailing. I was really surprised though. Like I said, it really sucks that Caleb didn't show up and show out in a game that if he had, we would really be talking about him up there with the upper echelon of not only his draft class, but I would say NFL quarterbacks overall. Because, I mean, we're talking Drake May in the MVP conversation, you know. Maybe not top of it, but he's in the conversation. But the defense, man, I mean, I just felt like the Ravens had guys running wide open, and it was pitch and catch for Snoop Huntley out there at quarterback. Like, it's not like he had to make tight window throws. Really, they had dudes running wide open, which was crazy. Yeah, I mean, Derrick Henry ran a couple touchdowns in, but it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything that we couldn't have, I felt like, fought back from. It just really, it was a letdown, you know, when you win 4 in a row and you're going into Baltimore on the road with a chance to try and, you know, make some moves in your own division. It's just a horrible letdown, and I just felt like we failed on all 3 phases, to be honest, because we watched Cairo Santos run out there for a field goal at, what was it, 57, 58 yarder, and I knew before he even walked onto the field he wasn't going to hit that. So you got a guy on your practice squad that I believe in. I know he had accuracy issues in San Fran, but
He got the
You need
legs.
Jay Moody at the kicker position, man. That's the bottom line. KB, I know I just took a lot of the talking points, man. What was your main thing from last week's game, brother?
Oh man, like I said, man, I think it continues the trend of the offensive woes. It's far too often that we're getting into the red zone and not coming away with touchdowns. It seems like your offense is humming to a certain point, and when it gets to a certain point, it comes to a screeching halt. And the screeching halt is the red zone. I mean, you need better execution from everywhere. Your offensive line continues to get these pre-snap penalties. Quarterback seems to get a little shaky down in the red zone, and people aren't catching balls when they're given to them. Now, I said this before. I felt like your best weapon right now, your best player on offense was one DeAndre Swift, but you went away from DeAndre Swift in that game very early. Going into the third quarter, he had 4 carries. Like, what are we doing? That's where your identity is right now. I've said this before, and I'm not gonna miss my feelings on it. Your quarterback has to be better, and I don't want to hear the rhetoric of, oh well, Ryan, it's a new offense, blah blah. I don't care. I've seen Drake May get sacked 5 times by Myles Garrett and still run that Patriots team all over the Browns.
And that's a new offense for him as well.
Exactly. So it's a talent thing, and I get it. Caleb has all the talent in the world to be the best quarterback from that draft. He has all the talent in the world to be the franchise quarterback for the Bears. Caleb has to improve on accuracy. He also has to improve on the fact that he has to start trusting himself within the pocket. I don't think he trusts himself within the pocket. You can see it in his feet when they start to get antsy. But like I said, on this end of the same thing, like I guess Ben Johnson came out and talked about it, and he said, the first read is first read. We want to go to Rome. We're going to go to Rome. We're going to go to DJ. We're going to go to DJ. So I guess that's kind of the talking point on the why he's targeting Rome so much. But it just like I said, it feels forced. I get that's your guy. Y'all got a rapport together. But it's got to be other people open, man.
Well, I mean, the interception that he threw, he's staring down Rome, and he forced it Rome with Kyle Monunga wide open underneath in the flat. Right. You gotta. We've said this about Caleb. We saw it coming out on, on his college tape where he wants to make the big play so much that sometimes he doesn't even look at the layup. And when he does, sometimes he misses the layup, which is another concern as well. It's concerning. But if he doesn't – I mean, we saw him ball out against the Dallas Cowboys defense, and the defense he's playing today is much in that same category, especially I don't believe Trey Hendrickson's playing. So that's their Max Crosby. Remember when we played the Raiders and Max Crosby was that whole defense? That's what Trey Hendrickson is on this Bengals defense. Neil, what were your thoughts on the game last week, or any other talking points you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, with Caleb, it's not that people want to say that he's struggling because the offense is new. It certainly isn't that. It's that he needs to be better at doing the quarterback specific stuff. Throughout the entirety of his career, I feel like we've been stressing this point ad nauseum. But throughout the entirety of his career, with Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma and USC at the high school level, he's had coaches and offensive situations that coddled and reinforced and gave him carte blanche to do this sandlot football style of playing quarterback, to where we're not really playing within any particular structure. We're just going out there trying to make plays because we are more athletic and more talented and bigger, faster, stronger than everybody else on the field. So that's kind of the thing that I think Ben Johnson is still trying to beat the hell out of him. I think that is something that, whenever he is in a situation where he does panic, that is what he reverts to, because that is what the habit is. And that's a habit that we have to break. So that's the whole thing about Caleb. Getting towards the end of the half there, really the entirety of the first half, I feel like he really kind of put to bed this whole thing of Caleb doesn't want to use his legs, or he's being hamstrung about being able to use his legs, or whatever the case may be, making plays with his legs. Definitely kind of put that to bed a little bit in the first half. It was good to see him feel free and comfortable to get outside the pocket and advance the ball down the field using his legs. Right before halftime there, that 22-yarder should have got his ass out of bounds.
Yeah.
that one decision right there pretty much murdered that entire drive, along with throwing a prayer ball into the middle of the ether. Which, granted, there was a receiver within probably about 7 to 8 yards. Refs didn't have to throw that flag. I think that was one of the multiple instances. Once again, we have to play the refs. Beat two teams on Sunday. Beat the team we're playing, and also the team wearing stripes. They didn't have to throw that flag, but they did. It's fine. Then we tried Cairo out there for a prayer ball of his own right, 58-yard. They had zero chance of crossing the center bar there. So that was just absurd. KB touched on the running game in the first half, specifically DeAndre Swift. I made a note in my notebook while I was watching that game that, by the time he touched the ball again, we were moving the ball in the first quarter. In the first quarter, when we were dominating offensively, we were running the football. Ford touched the ball. And Ford was pretty much the reason why the ball went down the field and the reason why we got points on the board. I cannot stand the fact that we can't score in the red zone, the tight zone. That drives me nuts.
Kills me. Yeah.
But towards the end of the third quarter, it went 2 full quarters without DeAndre Swift touching the football from the tail end of the second drive to that drive that got back. That carried on over into the fourth quarter, where we actually did score because Ford touched the ball. Every time he didn't touch the ball, the drive went to hell. And that goes back to the whole Caleb thing. He's not capable of doing it all on his own yet. He's just not there yet. He's not that developed to the point to where we can put the entire thing on his shoulders. Now, he's done great things on his own. He's led 2 game-winning drives this year.
Yep.
And one of those game-winning drives was pretty much kind of on the back of Ford, though. But he was the one that was engineering the entire thing. He was making checks at the line. He was doing some of the quarterback stuff we want to see him do. So there are those flashes of growth that we see. It's not just you're not out there just feeling completely helpless like we did when Justin Fields was our quarterback, and we knew that unless he was going to do something magical with the ball in his hands, that we had zero chance of probably doing anything, productive offensively. So the flashes are there. It's going to be interesting today with 4 out.
Right.
We're going to be leaning heavily on 25. We're going to be leaning heavily on probably whatever number Brent Brown's wearing now.
Britton Brown, baby.
Whatever number he's wearing now, we got him, as the number 2 guy. So the running game is going to be interesting today, but it has to be in the equation because the way this entire offense runs, the running game predicates the passing game. It's set up completely by the fact that we are able to get yards on the ground, and that has to be a threat to keep the defense honest. So that's going to be an interesting thing today. Defensively, man, since the offense couldn't do anything, defense was on the field way too much after the first quarter, and you can just kind of tell at a certain point they were just getting worn down. Love the fact that they did bend, but ultimately did not break. And the fact that once the Ravens got deep into our territory, they had to settle for field goals. That's what kept us in the game. Turnover opportunities were there. The ball hit the ground 3 times.
Yeah,
just didn't bounce our way. That sucked. I'm trying to think what else. Zay Flowers was their tiny little speedster retriever was running wild, brother, as the late Hulkster would say, running wild all over the damn place. Kind of looked like that Lions game with Amon-Ra and them boys. All the blueberries running wild throughout our secondary. That's kind of what it looked like a little bit. When your entire secondary is all banged up, and I guess that's what you get when you play a bunch of replacements. So we got Tyreek back, we got Goran back, we got Gardner Johnson in the mix, and I love the hell out of that.
I thought Gordon went on IR.
What's that?
I thought Kyler Gordon went on IR. He's back this week.
Oh, that's right. He did go on IR. You're right.
Tyreek back.
We got Tyreek back, and Nashawn, again, high risk, high reward guy. He made a couple spectacular plays and also gave up some spectacular bullshit.
Yeah,
in that game. But Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, man,
he plays a lot of slot in Dennis Allen's defense historically. Yeah. So he'll probably be the Kyler Gordon replacement, I think, out there today. And he likes to talk. We already know that he'll get in a wide receiver's head if he can.
That's why I kind of likened it to was sort of. I mean, not to the level of all-star, all-pro, Hall of Fame, level type, production, but you kind of likened that to the Bulls signing Dennis Rodman a little bit. just from the sense that you see production on the court, on the field. That analogy is there, but the biggest analogy about it is his ability to mix it up upstairs a little bit and get people out of their element. Kind of play with the head game a little bit. So that's a fun thing to have. He's one of those people that you hate to play against, you love to have on your side.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I will say there's people in the chat talking about Swift possibly was injured or playing hurt last week. And that he's out this week is obviously possibly foreshadow of that. And that may be why they kind of went away from him for a little bit there, let Monangai get his or try to get his number called, which, like you already touched on, he's RB1 today. And Britton Brown is called up, and DJ Moore has been that's why whenever I keep hearing the trade rumors for DJ Moore, I'm like, what does this guy have to do to show y'all he wants to be here? He's literally, how many wide receivers do you know that would say, absolutely, coach, wherever you want to put me, I'll go to the backfield. Hell, I'll try to play some tight end if that's what you need, wherever you want to stick me. You don't, I can't think of, especially at this level, it's really him and I guess Debo Samuel that really do it. But other than that, you don't see guys that are willing to make that change and do whatever they need to for the team. I love the Chauncey Gardner signing. Like you said it perfectly, Neil. He's a guy that you hate to play against. You love him when he's on your squad. He knows this defense because it's what he grew up in. He's played in it for years, so he's not going to have to learn any new verbiage or any of that kind of stuff, which it will help him because we definitely are in need. I mean, we were down to our 4th, 5th, and 6th corner out there, and it showed. And then D-line, we got Austin Booker coming back this week. Thank God, because Dio Dangbo, man, we paid that guy so much money this offseason, and he literally is invisible on Sundays. I don't even know. I got to look back and see if he's active or not because I'm not seeing pressures. I'm not seeing sacks, and it's not like he's going up against franchise left tackles. He can't get home on regular average left tackles.
He's so damn mechanical, man.
It's
no feel for the game.
Yeah. I feel like we didn't upgrade at that position when we let Walker leave and paid Dio. We've got the same.
It just kept our boy, man.
Right. Exactly. It sucks to lose that game, but we've got to turn the page at this point. We got to get into this week and talk about it. But I want to talk a little college ball first because,
of course,
that's what we do, man. We this is how we as Bears fans know who's coming up in the draft, who to look for. I know we've got a whole half a season ahead of us, but I like to look around and see it looks like Ohio State's running away with it. Indiana, all of a sudden, not just beating teams. I mean, they are. It's like when I play NCAA football on rookie mode or freshman mode, that's
what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. They're dominating these 55-10, I think it was yesterday against Maryland. I mean, they're not a top team, but they're a team that's week after week has been covering big spreads against these teams, and Indiana just wasn't letting it happen. Notre Dame held their own against Boston College. I saw Jeremiah Love with another big breakaway run. Neil, he's pushing himself.
Tailback in Notre Dame Fighting Irish history to have 2 90-plus yard touchdown runs. Think about the history of tailbacks at the University of Notre Dame. The only one to have 2 90-plus touchdown scampers. And that Dane Brugler put out a really good quote this morning looking at that play from the Irish backs. The tight shot from the Irish side. His ability to have spatial awareness to see that cutback lane, not only see the cutback lane, but hit that thing with the type of explosiveness to where that would have been a touchdown run in 2-hand touch.
Yeah.
That was that. I mean, it was he is just a ball of explosion, man. He's Jahmyr Gibbs. That's what that would look like in our offense. If we had Jeremiah Love in this offense, it would look like Jahmyr Gibbs.
I don't know if we're going to be picking high enough to get him, Neil. I think he's pushing himself up there to top 5 range. I know top 10, but he may even go higher than that because he's
That's what
showing you
they're talking
everything you want to see: the burst, the catch out of the backfield, the run. He can run between the tackles and to the. He's a literal. He doesn't have to come off the field. So that's what they're looking for, especially with a first round pick at running back. First and foremost, YouTube TV. What the hell are y'all doing? I think it was a year or two ago, my cable company got into an argument with ESPN, and I dropped them and picked up YouTube TV for this exact reason. And now I'm going through it with YouTube TV. I'm not going to sit here and chase the rabbit. I wasn't able to watch everything. I didn't get to watch College Game Day yesterday. That's how my Saturday mornings start. Pour the cup of coffee, put on Game Day, watch Pat McAfee yell at the crowd. It used to be watch the coach put on the headgear, but now it's watch Pat McAfee get the crowd riled up. I just get it figured out, man. I guess I watched the Big Ten show with Barstool on there. What's it called? Big Noon
Fox
Kickoff.
Big Noon Kickoff. Yeah.
Yeah,
their show's pretty good too. I like their show.
Yeah, they got a good setup too, but I'm an SEC guy, man. They're focused around the Big Ten. And like I said, I think the two best teams in college football are in the Big Ten. There's no denying it, but I'm biased. But Tennessee lost last night in their dark what do they call it, dark mode. The only time that orange looks decent is when they mix it with black or dark gray or something that really makes the orange
UK
pop.
and you coming out. That's all that is. That's just that Kentucky.
No, it ain't just Kentucky. You ask an Alabama fan, you ask a Georgia fan, you ask a Florida fan. Nobody likes that orange, that puke inside a pumpkin orange. I watched the Kentucky Wildcats go down to Auburn and come out with a victory, which was
y'all went ahead and got a coach fired.
Not expected, but they got the job done. Defensive battle. Yeah, we got a history of doing that. I think at Florida we got Dan Mullen fired when we finally beat them. Tennessee, like we just talked about, there's 3 coaches in Tennessee history that's lost to Kentucky. All 3 of them didn't come back the next year. So if you lose to Kentucky, then we get coaches fired. But yeah, I don't know, man. KB, did you watch any college ball yesterday? What were your thoughts on any players that you're keeping your eye on? I'm seeing Caden Proctor. I saw a mock draft over the weekend. Caden Proctor was to the Bears, so hey, that makes me happy. I'd love that.
There's our other tailback right there. Now there's our other tailback.
So I did not get to watch any football last night. I was moving around too much. I did catch the highlights from the Notre Dame game, of course, because it's Notre Dame and I'm in Notre Dame country. I saw the long run. Like I said, I'm not such a hater that I can't point out talent when talent is there. Jeremiah Love is a very talented football player. If he was on the board when we picked, could be hard pressed to pass that up. I don't care what anybody says about, it's a running back, you shouldn't draft him in the first round, but then you don't get the I mean, there are a handful of running backs, right, in the league that can do certain things. The Bijans, the Saquons, the Jahmyr Gibbs, Henry a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That just are just scorers, man. They're just talented with the ball, and you see Love, and it's like, I would love to have that here.
I love Love.
And Love all those backs you just mentioned were all first-round picks too.
Yeah,
they certainly were.
It's almost like they're Jonathan Taylor. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like if you spin the pick on the talent, you're going to get the talent. I'm just saying. Then it's just the running back in me talking. So it is what it is. But like I said, that the kid is supremely talented, man. Like I said, I will be hard pressed to pass that up if he was on the board when we picked. Yeah, he's just good. He's just good. So yeah, that's all I got to see. I didn't like I didn't watch any other games. I didn't. So I can't speak on nothing that happened yesterday.
thanks to YouTube TV, like I said, I went out to watch, and when you go to a bar, they usually don't have. I mean, if it's Kentucky playing, at least here they'll have the sound on for there.
Yeah.
But other than that, they'll put the games on, but they don't have the sound on. Or I watched Army beat Air Force, which that makes me happy.
There you go.
I cheer for my Army team every week. So they plug right along. It's not a fun, beautiful brand of football, but it's they get the job done for me. You bring home the W. That's all that matters.
AC, what's that one kind of cheersy sort of sports bar you guys got down there? Is that Roosters?
We got a Roosters.
Isn't a place that usually has sound on for games and stuff?
Yeah, but like yesterday, I went to it's called KS Bar. It's actually ran by Matt Jones, who runs Kentucky Sports Radio down here, and but they had the sound for the Texas Vanderbilt game on. So I was watching Army, listening to Texas and Vanderbilt, which I couldn't. I thought they got that onside kick at the end, and
dude, how do you let that ball go out of bounds? How do you? Oh my! I'm sitting because I have Vanderbilt plus 2.5 on this entire thing, right?
I had them plus 3.
I'm watching that ball score around, dude. I'm just like, jump on the ball, get 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 the ball,
Get the ball.
Just get the ball. Be a football player. Get the ball.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like it just laid there forever, huh?
It was rolling out of bounds in slow motion, dude.
It was crazy. Yeah. I had them plus 3, so it pushed. But I didn't have a great day gambling yesterday. I had Tennessee plus 7. No, I had Georgia minus 7, which they were there up 4 with the ability to score again and chose
Gunnar Stockton, go to hell.
I couldn't believe it.
Cannot believe that dude did not go ahead and take the opportunity to plant a dagger straight in Florida's neck.
Right.
Cannot believe that. It's not like they were up like 21-20. And that touchdown would have still kept it a 1-score game, giving the ball back to Florida with time to go ahead and figure out a way to get down the field and score very quickly. They were up 4. They would have put them up 11.
Yeah.
Just run the damn ball in the end zone and just feel free to be a dickhead. Feel free at all times to be a dickhead.
Yeah, sometimes you just need good old-fashioned rivalry to come back into place. I mean, you got Georgia, Florida. That's one of the biggest rivals here in the SEC. They call it
some of the most ridiculous things you've ever seen in a rivalry game happen in the cocktail party.
Playing Jackson. I think they still play in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man,
definitely, absolutely. They fight over that Florida-Georgia line down there, and it's they definitely get into it. But I couldn't believe that they didn't try and push them up. Your Mississippi State Bulldogs, Neil. I had them plus whatever that plus 4.5. And for a while there, I was teetering, and then the Mississippi State pulled it out at the end. That was really fun. Dude just put his head down and got into the end zone there, and I was like, hell yeah, let's go. Let's watch some hard mouth football.
No doubt.
The kicker missed the one field goal, but he knew he got ran into, and he was fired up. He's like, I get another shot at this. I got it. But you want to talk about Mississippi State a little bit, you can go right ahead, man.
Oh, man, that kicker, Cal Ferry, that's the first time since I've been involved with that program that there's been a kicker that can take that ball, off the ground 55 plus and stick it through the pipes. That kid's got some leg talent. Not always the most accurate, but the leg talent is kind of like Caleb, all kinds of arm talent. The whole it's not completely there yet, but it's not all put together the right ways. But damn, I thought State was going to state the hell out of it. Yeah, in the middle of that game, the second quarter was absolutely garbage, hot, steaming pile of garbage.
Yeah,
yeah, it was bad. But second half, man, they came out and I thought for a while they were going to leave Camario Taylor in. I thought that Camario Taylor should dress up as Turbo Man and start going around Starkville yelling it's Taylor time. That's what I think Camario Taylor should do, because that kid, speaking of talent, dude, 6'4", 220, 230 pounds, runs a 4.6 plus.
Crazy.
You saw that one touchdown throw he had. That thing was on an absolute beeline. That was a rocket. The spin on that thing was the kind of torque he's able to put in the ball. His hands are 2 hands put together, probably reach the size of his hands. Just some big old hands right there, man. His ability to torque that football down the field. Eventually, he's going to end up being a dude. But
who's number 0 for Mississippi State? I keep seeing him flash. He flashed in the big game, the upset win against Arizona State, scored at the end there, and then last week he made this catch on the sideline, and I mean there was a room for a football there, and he makes the catch, falling down. Who is
that's Brennan Thompson. 0? That's Brennan Thompson. He followed Coach Levy down from Oklahoma. And I mean his connection with Levy, I mean they're like this. Like he loves that man. It's basically a second father to him. That kid has 4.2 speed. I mean, I think at one point, I can't remember if it's that kid or another kid, but I think at one point he might have been a junior All-Olympian track runner. Yeah. I'm not 100% certain, but he's got that type of speed to go ahead and open some things up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it every single week too. You see it every single week. There are times when all Blake Shapen really has to do is just put some touch on those long throws and drop him in the bucket for Brandon Thompson. He's got that DB beat by about 5, 6, 7 steps. You know, there have been closer Indy 500 finishes than sometimes how badly he has a DB burned. he can run, man. He can run. He can take the top off. He can do a lot of different things. He can make some people miss in space.
Yeah.
He's electric with the football. They just can't always find a way to get him the damn football. That's part of the problem there. A lot of people would have been able to see that game had they had YouTube TV. Here's the thing. For anybody that got the bus run over them this week by YouTube TV and ESPN, I've been with Fubo TV for 5 years, and I love the hell out of Fubo TV. Fubo TV gives you all your local channels, all your ABCs and CBSs and all them things. You got all your sports regionals, Marquee, Chisin, anything else that would show up under a regional sports package, you get it on Fubo. And so you watch the Cubs, you watch the Bulls, you watch the Blackhawks. If you're a subhuman and like the Sox, you watch them too. Kidding. You got all your premiums. You have access to Red Zone. You got NFL Network, MLB Network, MLB Strike Zone. You got access to that, and then all of your sports and movie like special packages. You got access to all that kind of stuff too. The only thing you don't have is the Turners. It's like TNT, TBS during March Madness time. You could argue that sucks, but you do have CBS, and you got the March Madness app, which gives you all the TNTs and TBSs and what's the other one? True TV. All that comes through for free on that particular platform. So that's you just use March Madness app. Put CBS on one TV, have secondary TV with March Madness app going, and you're good to go there. Decently inexpensive. I think I pay somewhere like $110 to $120 with the way that I have my packages set up. I get every single sports channel that matters, every single sporting event that matters. You can get it through Fubo. The reason why Fubo exists is to cater to sports fans. So go ahead and check that stuff out, boys and girls, because that is the best thing going on out there right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely be checking into that. It's just my wife says she doesn't want to chase Disney around, but I don't know. That mouse is starting to piss me off. I don't know.
Right.
But
never had an issue with these holdouts and stuff with Fubo. The only time that it ever kind of chapped my ass a little bit was when Chisholm became a thing. And everybody had their issue with Chisholm, so that's not specific to Fubo.
A lot of people were only able to get Chisholm with the antenna if they lived close enough. Some of them could get it with the antenna, but that was it apparently. Yeah. That's definitely something that.
And then they took it away.
Yeah. Had everybody go out and buy antennas and then take it away. That's KB, I know you're a Sox fan, but Jerry Reinsdorf just would make it impossible for me to. And we
don't talk about him. And the funny thing is, because we're speaking on Jerry, the Bulls being 5-0 right now.
Oh my God, and they're fun to watch, boys. Bro.
Let's go, boys.
That first time since '96.
The high-flying European that we got, that Buzelis kid, is looking like an absolute dog, dude.
Yes. I was going to say,
it hurts still a little bit because you're watching Larry Markkinen out there in Utah kind of do his thing, and you were like, we had that guy. We didn't get anything for him.
That's the other thing, too, because it's like, bro, I feel like Bulls fans give up. They're kind of Bulls fans and Bears fans. They're the same. They gave up on Mallory too quickly. And it was, we got to trade him, get something for him, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes to fucking West Bumblefuck and he starts playing good. I don't get it. I was like, bro, we could have waited another year.
I got to pull up Google.
Saying, but
where specifically on Google Maps is West Bumblefuck?
It's right next to just west of it, you know. Yeah. So you go to Bumblefuck.
I got to find Bumblefuck, and then west of Bumblefuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how it goes. But I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm happy for Laurie, but I'm also happy we got Buzales or however you said kid's name. That
looks so good.
Is amazing.
Man.
He is amazing.
And I was very critical of them re-signing Giddey. I didn't like the trade. Of course, Alex Caruso has my nickname, so I love me some Alex Caruso, AC. But you know, he went off and won another championship. That dude just wins titles, I guess. You know, when he's not in Chicago.
I was going to say just not Chicago.
But Giddey's come back and they're doing some good things. All of a sudden, Patrick Wilson knows how to play some ball a little bit. I mean, not a superstar, but he's doing. You know, doing anything is better than what he had been doing, and they already paid him like he'd been doing something. We'll have to see what happens when Kobe White comes back, whether they decide to trade him or what they're going to do.
I like Kobe White.
Yeah, Kobe going to add or subtract to this whole thing that we have going right now? You know, is he going to
that's what I worry.
Is he going to be a black hole with basketball, or is he going to play within the system that we have going right now? What's going to? I mean, because he could be a dynamic presence with this, with the way what they do offensively right now.
Yeah,
he's not a black hole. Now, when he has one of those 50, 60-point games, you certainly love to have that. But
yeah,
I mean, it'll be interesting how he fits into this core right now as it's currently performing.
Yeah, if they do trade him, let's just get some draft picks. That's my only because when we traded Caruso, and that was my biggest thing is the Thunder have like 57 draft picks every year. They couldn't get one of them. Y'all couldn't slide nothing. No, just give us Giddey, who's on an expiring contract. Okay, yeah, but I mean, it'll be something to continue to watch. To get excited for the NBA a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Well, it blows me away as a Kentucky fan that John Calipari put all that talent into the NBA. And the Bulls couldn't find one of them. Y'all couldn't draft one dude I could cheer for. Not one Kentucky player. I mean, let's go. But I don't know. We'll get into today's game though. We've already got people in the chat talking about the playing against the Bengals. The first question, Squeegee here. I started. Says, what's the difference between the running style of Brown and Hankins? Is Brown a shifty guy or a pounder? We saw Brown in the preseason a little bit, and I feel like he was a hybrid almost, a good blend of both. He can be your ground and pound, and he's got some shift to him. Not as much as Swift, because Swift is a lot of shift, but I like him calling him up. We were surprised they hadn't called him up earlier, right, KB? Right. I mean, you've been calling for this dude for a couple of weeks now. If you want to talk about Brenton Brown a little bit, and what the running game. What we're looking for in the running game today.
So it's interesting, right? It's a little interesting because you get Monaguy, you're gonna see what type of back he is today. I love the way Brenton Brown ran in the preseason. Absolutely love the kid. The kid hit the hole hard, and it was always falling forward. It never seemed like if he got hit, he was going backwards. If he shows out, it's gonna throw shade in the face of some coaches to me, because if you're keeping Roshan Johnson on this roster right now, not only him, but you look at the running back lineup. I think I seen somewhere they say they had DJ Moore as the third back.
Yeah.
Travis Homer's the fourth. Why is this a thing? I'm not understanding. If you're a running back, why is a wide receiver above you on our depth chart?
Yeah.
So Brenton Brown comes in here and he shows out. I think it's going to be a lot of pie in the face of some people, man, because to me, he should have been called up. You should have had him on the opening day roster because you didn't have a power back. You only had the two. Why are we keeping this experiment of, okay, yeah, this player's hurt, we're just going to keep him around? And why are we using the fourth spot on a running back who all he does is do special
teams. Yeah, that's what everyone always says. All he gets special teams. Like
at the point I'm at, if you drafted Ruben Hippolyte, why the hell isn't Hippolyte on the opening roster and doing special teams?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, man. It's just me. It kind of pisses me off a little bit because you have Audric Estime that was sitting out there on somebody's practice squad. You could have brought him in for a look. There's another running back that somebody had mentioned weeks and weeks ago. Damian Martinez.
Yeah.
Another guy sitting on somebody's practice squad. You don't have a power back on this roster. You have Roshan Johnson, who had one carry and is immediately out again.
Every time he touches the ball, it falls apart.
Yeah,
Humpty Dumpty. You know, all King's horses and all King's men. Put them back together again.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I liked Roshan. I loved the pick when it happened. Yeah. But like we said before, bro, your best ability is availability. You haven't been available since you've been drafted.
Right.
I can't do anything with you. And that's sad to say. So you got to get somebody in here that can, bro. Like I said, we had the earlier issues with trying to run DeAndre Swift in the middle of the line, and we finally figured out, hey, if we run off tackle with DeAndre Swift, the man is pretty damn good. I mean, Monunga can be a mix of both, but he's not a power back. He's just a pinball.
Yeah.
You need a big back. Go draft a 6'1", 6'2" dude and let him be Brandon Jacobs 2.0. I don't know. You need to do something.
Kaden Proctor.
There you go.
I need him at left tackle, Neil. I can't be running him in the backfield.
That's your sales pitch. But I guess we'll see today, man. I want Monunga to have a great game. I hope he goes for over 100. But a little bit of me is in there, like every big running down, like we're on 3rd and short. I hope Britton Brown comes in and he runs for 6 or 7 yards every fucking time. And it's going to be glorious, the meltdown that people are going to have the day after.
KB, when we played the Raiders in that game that we went to, I forget, who was that running back? So was it Thompson that went off that day, had the dreads?
No, that was damn, man, what's buddy's name? Foreman. It was Donta.
Yeah. What happened to that dude? I mean, is he out there somewhere? Can we pick him back? I know he's not the same offense or anything like that, but that was a dude who, at least for that one game, he looked like a superstar, man. He ran all over. I think he had a hat trick that day too, 3 touchdowns or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Just really, that was with we got to go see Tyson Bagent, who I feel like that noise has quieted down. Maybe at least for now. But I don't know. Neil, what are your thoughts on this running game today, and what are you looking for?
Man, it just has to be functional, boys.
Thank you.
That's we just need this thing to function. No matter what number is back here. Even if it's a wide receiver back here.
Is it more on our offensive line or our running? Because Theo Benedette has struggled out there in pass protection, but I feel like he's still a hell of a run blocker. But
we got used to move some bodies now. I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think you necessarily pinned that on the offensive line as much as you just pin it on figuring out a way to get this thing to work. You know, and part of that is personnel. You know, we talk about that on a week by week basis about how the personnel ain't perfect. But you also, you know, you need to trust the personnel that you have, though. Get those guys ready to play and put them in positions to go ahead and make plays. That's what we got to do with this thing. Forward being out really sucks. Monunga is going to have a shot to show everybody what he's capable of doing. Britton Brown is going to go ahead and have probably a chance to make some sort of a mark today.
Yeah.
How big of one that, you know, that is I guess what remains to be seen. But, you know, he's another one of those guys, man, that, you know, during the preseason, I feel like it's been how long has he been with us? Like 2 years now?
Was he here last year? I can't remember.
I feel like he was here last year for a cup of coffee, but certainly this preseason, this training camp, he ended up looking like he was able to provide something for you. I like the way that he ran the ball. You know, he's got a tough resolve about him. But yeah, man, we just got to figure out a way to get this run game to work, because when the run game works, the pass game works.
Yeah.
That's really as plain and simple as that whole thing is. Figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah, and then defensively, like I already talked about Dio and Booker coming in for him. This Bengals offensive line. I mean, I watched the Denver Broncos get home with 3 down rushers. Yeah, 3-man coming, and they were able to get home. That was with Jake Browning in there, which is a little different with Joe Flacco, because Flacco is at that age now where if you've watched any Bengals, he is not taking hits. He is, I'm getting this ball out of my hands. I'm 40 years old. I am not getting tackled. So enough of that.
Playing these games with y'all.
Absolutely.
I fall down, I might break something. This ball is leaving my hands immediately.
Exactly. So he will get the ball.
Bracelets on, so you guys got to keep me off the ground.
Yeah, he will get the ball out of his hands, and they've got weapons to get it to. With Chase and with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, that's one of the top wide receiver duos in the league. And don't sleep on Chase Brown in their backfield either. I mean,
love that kid, dude.
Love him coming out of Illinois.
He could do his job. Yeah, coming out of Illinois. So Bears fans should be a little bit, know a little bit about him. But yeah, it's
that dynamic duo. Those brothers are dogs, man.
Yeah,
brothers are absolute dogs.
Yeah, he's it's just going to be something to watch to see if the defense can get home. I'm trying to look through some of the chat. Sorry, y'all. What are your guys' thoughts on Booker coming back? Do you think he has a shot? I'm gonna try and look up this injury report real quick while you guys are talking.
All right. I was gonna say, Neil, you want to open with this one, man?
Yeah, man. I love Booker coming back. I've been waiting for this for a couple weeks now. I think it's been about 3 or 4 straight weeks where we've been anticipating the idea that we might have a pass rusher on the field, and for some reason or another, he just kept on being hurt. Apparently, he's healthy. Amped up about it, man. I'm amped up. If he can transform some of this, practice All-American, preseason All-Pro kind of stuff to regular season action, I think we're going to be in great shape. This dude has twitch. He's got explosion. He's got a high ass motor. If he is what we think he could potentially be, the kind of effect he can have on the game, the kind of effect that where he can cause some disruption in the backfield and make Joe Flacco feel pretty uncomfortable back there before he does get rid of that football. I think we're going to be in great shape. Amped up about it. Can't wait to see what it ends up looking like today. Definitely optimistic about what we could potentially see this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Like I said, we've been on AB watch for a few weeks now, man. And it's just like, oh, is he coming back? Oh no, he's not coming back. He's coming back. No, he's not coming back. But
breaking apart week by week.
Right. I'm not gonna be too crazy to sit there and say, oh yeah, I feel like Austin Booker's gonna come in today and have 4 sacks and just tear up this Bengals defense. I just want to see if he can get pressure when he's in. Just cause some disruption. I'm not expecting him to come out and be a war beater. This is your first action in weeks. A month and a half, pretty much. So it's like, okay, I'm not expecting you to come out and just take over a game or anything like that. He hasn't shown us anything like that. So, like I said, I'm looking for, can you get pressure? Can you help the edge opposite you? Can you open up maybe some of these guys come up in the middle? I don't know if Dio, I'm pretty sure he's playing today. It looks like he's a better defensive tackle or 3 technique than he is edge, because he seems to get more pressure up the middle. Maybe that's the way you go today. Like I said, I don't expect him, but I love the fact that Austin Booker has the hustle that I don't feel everybody else on that D-line has. To me, he has an unrelenting motor that doesn't stop. I'm constantly going. And to me, that's how you get good pass rushers in my book. That's how I felt Max Crosby got to where he is. He just had the motor. I'm going to keep going. I'm not giving up on plays. Same thing I felt with Aiden Hutchinson. I felt like Aiden wasn't, yes, he was a talent. He's a physical specimen. He's all of these things. Aiden Hutchinson wasn't that like super prolific pass rusher. He was just unrelenting. My motor's high. I'm going to get to you if you keep this play going. I think that's where you get what you can get from Austin Booker, somebody who's going to be like, oh, okay, cool. I can keep coming after you if you want to extend this play. I'm a lot more athletic than you. I'm going to get you. And that's where you're going to get it. Then you build confidence from there. You go from that point. So I'm excited about that point today. And I hope that's what we see. If he comes in, he gets 2 sacks. Hey, man, good for you, brother. I'm here for it. But I'm not expecting it.
Yeah.
He gets 2 sacks.
I mean, just getting pressures. Right, just getting pressures would be an upgrade at this point. You know, we're not seeing Montez Sweat has had some flashes, and he should be able to eat today. Today should be the day where Montez Sweat shows up and says, "This is what they paid me for. This is why I'm here." I like what J2K said about and KB said about Dio at 3 technique. I think he kind of fits there better. And with Shamar Turner tearing his ACL last week, he's not going to give you those rotational reps there at 3 tech. So maybe Dio is more of a fit there. I know last week we had a couple people in the chat saying that Booker didn't really fit this defense, but I'm really excited to see how they're able to use him, if they're able to use him. I think Dom Robb, he got hurt last week too. I didn't see how serious that was, but I got the injury report right here.
He was questionable to return in that game. I think he did, didn't he? Didn't he come back in that game at some point?
Oh, did he?
I remember I have a note written down where after he left the medical tent, he was listed as questionable to return. So he should be good to go, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't see him on the injury report here. So I got Luther Burden out, Roshan Johnson out, Dominic Robinson ankle out, DeAndre Swift out, and Amin is questionable. Yeah. But other than that, we've got names on here. Everyone coming back.
Amen is out for today.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I could have swore I seen that they said they were putting him on IR again.
Who's
that? Again?
I thought Amen had got put back on IR because I could have swore I heard something this week about it. I guess he came off that realized he wasn't good to go and they were putting him back.
I did hear that he is definitely out for today. Let me see here.
This was from Friday's injury report. So the latest that I saw.
J2K
when I searched on X.
Is back on IR.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Downgraded out remains on injured reserve, designated for return though. So kind of like Austin Booker the past couple of weeks.
Yeah. Sounds like Booker had a good week in practice. Let's hope that pays off in the game. Like I said, fellas, this team, like I said, Joe Flacco will get the ball out of his hand. That's what he's going to do. But the offensive line for the Cincinnati Bengals is not good. And the defense for the Cincinnati Bengals, especially in the secondary. You know, they drafted Shamar Stewart in the first round, and he has been a disappointment since the day they drafted him. They were not able to get him to sign his contract for a long time this offseason because that was on the Bengals more than it was Stewart because they wanted to put some language in there that no other first-round pick had ever signed for. That's more on that organization. You know, we like to crush the Bears for their organization and being cheap, but they ain't got nothing on the Bengals. I heard Boomer Esiason in the offseason talking about going to Cincinnati for a Ring of Honor event, and the Cincinnati Bengals told him, we can sell you this block of hotel rooms at a discounted rate. And they didn't pay for his travel. They didn't pay for his hotel. So what I mean, and they've got the smallest scouting department in the NFL. I feel like the three of us could go up there and work and figure out why the team isn't working well.
Certainly could.
It's not a great organization. They're a family run business, a lot like we are in Chicago, but it's just they run it way different. You know, we talk about the Bears being mom and pop. They're literally a mom and pop shop up there. You know, they paid the right guys, I think, but they they just don't want to pay. I mean, that's why they're in the spot they're in with Trey Hendrickson, where he signs a 1-year deal for what he pay, $30 million or something, and now he's hurt a couple of days before the trade deadline, so they're not going to be able to trade him and get anything back for him. So they're just going to lose him in this offseason to the highest bidder, I guess. But yeah. Flex says they got Icky Woods as the Uber driver. They probably made him wear a chauffeur's hat and everything. Flex, they said go out there with that hat on, and give Boomer a ride to the stadium there. But yeah, it's a cheap franchise that and the fans have said for years of the whole city of Cincinnati, because the Reds do the same thing. As long as there's butts and seats, they largely don't care about the product on the field. They just sit back and count their money. And I've got a good feeling about today, though, fellas. I really do. Oh, snap. It's 11:10. We got to get rolling because we've got the franchise or the fantasy show coming up. So I feel great about today. I know we've got some injuries, but the Bengals, if you can't beat a backup quarterback, I get it. Flacco is one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. But if we can't win this game, fellas, and mostly a lot of this is the Bengals defense, then we can really, I feel like, change our minds on the season as a whole. You know, when we won that Cowboys game, I feel like we were kind of on a high. And Barstool Big Cat kind of put it perfectly. He said it was a gateway game. He said, you know, we win this game and don't be surprised if we're 5-4 or 6-3 coming out, you know, down the road. But if we lost that game, you know, things look a lot different. I'm gonna start off with Neil. Give me your score prediction, a bowl prediction, an MVB, and go ahead and hit shout outs. Neil, you go, and then KB, and then I'll close this out.
Sounds good, man. I feel really good about what we could potentially do in trenches today. I think that that is one specific matchup: O-line versus D-line, D-line versus O-line. That this team should be able to come out and you know, kick some ass today. So, having said that, I feel like the run game should look functional at worst. You're not going to have your number one guy in, but Kyle Monangai at times this year have shown he's capable, more than capable of being able to run the ball and get some yards. What we do outside of that, not 100% certain, but let's just hope that that's functional enough to be able to open up his pass game a little bit. And Caleb looks like he's able to, you know, play the quarterback position pretty decently well. Yeah. I went way over the top last week of predicting 40 points. We didn't get even remotely close. Let's try and do something in the red zone this week, guys. Red zone, tight zone, functionality, efficiency. Let's get that thing going. But yeah, ultimately in the trenches is where we're going to win or lose this game. As soft as they are up front on both sides, I feel like that is that's an area to attack. So I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it could look a little bit like a 30-20, 27-17 type of thing. Obviously have the Bears winning. What's the spread on today's game? I forgot to look that up.
I looked at it earlier. It was like 2.5. I'll check it.
2.5. Let's see here.
I do want to say though, Neil, you mentioned it perfectly on the red zone offense, because if we cash in there, you know, we're talking about a much higher score from last week.
Yeah, if we cash in the red zone, we win that game. I think that's pretty simple. And we don't do dumb stuff, you know, in 2-minute offense. We probably win that game. 2-minute offense at the end of the first half, 2-minute offense at the end of the second half.
Penalties in red zone have been our Achilles heel this year.
Yeah, right. That as well. Let's the pre-snap penalties, especially. Let's knock that shit off.
Yeah,
Bears are 2.5-point favorites today. Sorry.
All right, so yeah, Bears win and cover. How about that? Bears win and cover. Yeah. I do like J2K's prediction of Monangai 100+ yards. That could be the bold prediction of the game right there. Monangai being productive on the ground is going to open up this offense a little bit. So I think Monangai, you know, having a really good game with the ball in his hand, you know, marching up and down the field. I think that could be you know, something that we see, something kind of bold to go ahead and project there. I like that. Bear of the game. Let's go Austin Booker, man.
Nice.
Let's go Austin Booker. Let's have Austin Booker create some pressures. Let's have Austin Booker make Joe Flacco just a little bit uncomfortable today. Make him feel just a little bit uneasy about his business in the pocket there.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets a sack or two, that'll officially put him third on the sack chart
Wow.
for the year.
That's crazy.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
I think somebody has a sack and a half, but yeah, I mean it puts him in the mix. Bears should be able to put the quarterback on the ground though.
Yeah.
I would assume that would be something we'll see today. Yeah, that's kind of it's kind of how I feel, boys. I feel like a 27-17 type of thing is feasible for us to see today. Bears win and cover. Shout outs, man. Shout out to you guys showing up week after week, having me on week after week. It's fun times as always. Chat is always awesome. I see you guys in there get up to each other's ass a little bit. It's fun to watch. It cracks me up a little bit. Shout out to everybody's families. Hope we're staying safe and healthy. It's that time of year when a lot of people are under the weather and man, waking up and not being able to breathe sucks. So
Yeah.
let's keep each other healthy out there. Let's have a great game today though. Still Halloween weekend. Spooky season's still here.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sure everybody has lots of candy and beverages left over from Friday and Saturday. Should be a fun day for all of us. I got a bunch of pizza in the fridge. I cannot wait to that. Add a baby right there. That's what I'm talking about. You got some shine in there. You got some Hennessy in there. What's going on over there?
That's you know what I'm saying? That's a little whiskey. There's a little whiskey.
A little whiskey in there. All right.
Uh-huh.
Warm
Some
me
whiskey.
up.
Got some vodka. Got some Jacko Blast. So make some cocktails today and watch this game. Have a good time. Let's all have a good time today, boys. Let's go ahead and watch and win. Let's fly that victory flag. And hey, man, bear down, boys. Bear down.
Absolutely.
Let's go get it.
Go ahead, KB.
Let's go. Let me say I want to be optimistic today. I'll say we found a way to score 27, and now I say 27-21 Bears. I'm gonna go my bold prediction being ground game gets over 200 yards. I give Nunn guy his flowers today. He gets over 100 and over 100 yards, 100 plus yards, and I feel like Britton Brown does his thing on some of these third and shorts. They finally understand they got a power back that can get short yardage. Let's go MVP. I'm gonna give Montez Sweat MVP, but I'm giving him MVP because I feel that Austin Booker, if he plays to the level we believe he can, will get the pressures, and Joe Flacco is running into Montez Sweat. So I give Montez Sweat that, and I'll say my prediction on him. I'll give him 2 sacks today. Shout outs, of course, always my boys, man. Always. That's not even that didn't really spoke. Love y'all. Love doing this. Y'all know the thing. Chat, y'all have been fiery today. Y'all been there just going back and forth with each other, which is awesome to see. Keep doing your thing, man. Y'all chat, like we said, if anybody's new here, like, subscribe, do all the things for the algorithm. Not asking y'all to pay no bills, just to get us a little bit more notoriety. A shout out to everybody else on the network. Always shout out to the Podfather. And also, man, shout out to Big Cuz. This is 100th game, I believe.
Yeah.
It's going back to the team that drafted him. So I hope
Isn't that crazy?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? So we rocking the I don't know if y'all
Let's go, dude.
You know the middle of today, you feel me? Yeah, man. I hope he has a good game.
Let's go.
Just for the sake of having it. But yeah,
You stole my MVP, KB. I was about to say.
That big old son of a bitch.
Oh.
Go ahead, AC.
Yeah. First and foremost, shout out to y'all for coming on with us. And talking ball every week. I love it. Just breaking it down. College ball, breaking down, what happened last week and getting into today. I feel like I'm always optimistic, glass half full kind of Bears fan. Maybe that's not a great thing. I don't know, but it keeps me happy and good to go. Right there with you, KB. Shout out to Big Cuz, 100th game, crazy. They call it the NFL the not for long, and for a 4th round draft pick out of Baylor, stayed home at Waco. just really grinded and got it through the mud, just doing what he had to do to get by. We love that dude. And hope he has a great game. We're always wishing him great health, for sure. But he's a hell of a dude, and hopefully we'll get him back on this offseason and we can talk about everything. I'll be wearing my 97 today as well for Big Cuz. I guess I got to go with a different MVP. I think the Bears, I think they blow out the Bengals today. I think that we win this game. I'm going to say I'm not going to go 40 burger like Neil did last week, but I think I'm going to go like 38-24 or something like that. I think both offenses have the ability to play really well. I guess that brings me to my bold prediction. I think the Bears get 5 turnovers today. Between Montez Sweat and Booker coming off the edge. Flacco will give it to you.
That ball's going to bounce her way today, huh?
He's a hell of a quarterback, but he'll give it to you. He'll give you some chances. And we got Stevenson coming back, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson playing in the slot. You got Brisker playing his ass off this year, as well as Byard. Also, watch for these stunts and slants, because that's one thing that the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line has struggled with all year. Whenever someone does the twists, they don't. I don't know if they don't communicate well enough or what, but they really struggle to pick those up. So hopefully we can take advantage of that. And then my MVP, like I said, 5 turnovers, so I could easily give it to someone on defense. But I think Caleb Williams shows up today and has a great game. I think he throws for 300 yards, and I don't want to say how many touchdowns, but gets back on track to try and hit that 4K. I don't know if he'll get it or not this year, but I think Caleb has a really good game against this Bengals defense, who don't seem to get a whole lot of pressure, especially without Trey Hendrickson, and their secondary pieces are not that great either. So I think we could take advantage of them and have a good high scoring game. Like they said, like, comment, and subscribe to the Ballroom Network and hit the notification bell. Right after we get off here, the Goon's going to come through and tell you how to set your fantasy lineup. No London games this week, so it's not like you missed. You got somebody in already or out that's not playing or anything like that. But they'll tell you who to start, who to sit, and set all your lineups for you and everything. Go in the chat and ask them questions. They talk to the chat a lot. But until next week, we'll just leave everybody with a bear down.
Bear down, baby.